Libs of TikTok, it grew very rapidly. It obviously was stuff that a lot of people were interested. A lot of it was viral, especially because of how, let's just say, libelous and anti-LGBTQ plus homophobic, transphobic it was to start labeling gay people as groomers on a consistent basis and having that stuff get propagated all through the internet. That certainly did help its growth, no question. But also, this is a very, very rapid ascent from being a, quote, just random anonymous Twitter user. That's all I am, to being in the inner circle of the right to the far right. All right, so the artificial growth of hate speech. This profile, Chaya Rychek, Seth Dillon, and Libs of TikTok LLC is directed at journalists and lawyers representing clients harmed by Rychek and Dillon. First, dispense with the notion that Chaya Rychek is entitled to anonymity. In an August 31st, 2022 interview with Tucker Carlson, Chaya Rychek describes herself as a journalist who is being persecuted for her reporting, which means Libs of TikTok is a news outlet and is registered as one under copyright. This article will go on to prove that Seth Dillon, Libs of TikTok LLC owner, and Chaya Rychek, his business associate of the Libs of TikTok LLC, is a for-profit media outlet, and Rychek describes herself as a professional investigative journalist. As such, she's not entitled to anonymity. Libs of TikTok LLC was first registered in Delaware on December 10, 2021 by Seth Dillon, and then registered as a foreign corporation in Florida on March 3, 2022. I repeat again, if you didn't already know that one, Seth Dillon, the founder of the Babylon Bee, is one of the people who registered it. With Taylor Lorenz, April 19, 2022 story was published, Seth Dillon had already registered Libs of TikTok LLC in Florida. Edit, this was known and tweeted about that day. However, the abuse heaped on Lorenz for doxing a private citizen who wanted to remain anonymous by right-wing media stars like Ben Shapiro and Glenn Greenwald was manufactured outrage, since Rychek was in business with Seth Dillon already since 2021, even though on 12/9/21, just one day before, Libs of TikTok LLC was registered in Delaware, Chaya Rychek posted this photo with Seth Dillon via the Libs of TikTok account. Just met the bee chief. Who looks better, me or Seth Dillon? So, Seth Dillon, founder of the Babylon Bee, which, by the way, you're going to have to do this game during like the course of this, where every single time some bombshell or some revelation comes down, think of what it would be like had it been reversed. Think of The Onion, for example, was funding a group that frequently targeted right-wingers, straight, cis, white men, and showed you where their places of work were, showed you where their businesses were, showed you where they were, basically where they felt safe, and then all of a sudden, those people were getting death threats, bomb threats, certain people were being attacked in certain areas, people were committing acts of violence and terrorism on power grids, shooting power grids, taking out power to 40,000 homes to try and stop these straight white cis men from existing. One of Lorenz's most vocal critics was Seth Dillon, who to this day had not publicly acknowledged his name on the Libs of TikTok LLC corporate registration. To me, it looks like Seth Dillon engaged in deceptive business practices by promoting the idea that Chaya Rychek was a private citizen and obfuscating the fact that he had financial interest in Libs of TikTok's success. Dillon, however, acknowledged Libs of TikTok has business expenses, including legal fees. This is to justify her charging for her newsletter. So, Seth Dillon and Chaya Rychek had a business relationship as early on August or even in July 2021. Dillon registered Babylon Bee Media LLC on August 20th, and the first Libs of TikTok application was filed 5 days later. What was baffling to me was how Chaya Rychek hooked up with Seth Dillon, a Christian whose father was a minister and author who lived in Juno Beach, Palm Beach County. However, Chaya Rychek had been promoting herself in the Daily Wire community since at least February 2021, the same month that her real estate license expired. In September 2020, Shapiro announced that he and his family were moving to Los Angeles area out of California. Shapiro relocated the headquarters of the Daily Wire enterprise to Nashville, Tennessee, but he resettled in South Florida, where he would be able to have a business relationship with Dillon. So, what I'm suggesting is along the lines that when Chaya Rychek did come to Shapiro's attention, he was inclined to provide advice and guidance to someone whose family was well known in Jewish circles in LA. Then on August 25th, 2021, the same day the Libs of TikTok trademark application is dated, a Daily Wire fan account congratulated Libs of TikTok on getting a shout out from Sean Hannity. Looking at the time of events surrounding summer of 2021, it's fair to say that Chaya Rychek has been in contact with either Seth Dillon and or Ben Shapiro before Libs of TikTok received a shout out and a follow from Joe Rogan in July 2021, who's referenced a Daily Caller article written the day before. The Daily Caller is a conservative publication founded by Tucker Carlson, and the article, Meet the Libs of TikTok, the Twitter account that's exposing the most insane people on the internet, was credited to a Jordan Lancaster. I'm bored, ask me anything. What do you do for a living? School? I slipped on a step and slid down half a flight of stairs on my butt. Thanks a lot, Biden. Oh my god, are you okay? Yeah, that was Monday. I'm good now. I want to congratulate my friend, Libs of TikTok, on getting on Hannity. Some background: in April 2018, Seth Dillon registered Babylon Bee LLC as a conversion from a Michigan company registered under the same name. Babylon Bee LLC was the first registered to Adam Ford in Michigan on September 2016. If you glance through Seth Dillon's Instagram account, the first picture of him with prominent members of the conservative media show up after he bought the Babylon Bee. There are even a few with Governor Ron DeSantis and Seth Dillon with Elon Musk in Texas late December 2021. Here we have him meeting with Project Veritas, James O'Keefe. There's Joe Rogan, Candace Owens. I believe this might be Candace Owens' husband, aka the owner of Parler. All right. The death of comedy. I remember watching this one. The Babylon Bee. When they met with Elon Musk, because Elon Musk was like, yeah, you know, The Onion's kind of mid, but Babylon Bee, that's where it's at. Back then, Elon Musk said, by the way, everyone now who's like, Elon Musk really took a pivot to the right. Did you hear this old quote? At its heart, wokeness is divisive, exclusionary, and hateful. It basically gives mean people a shield to be mean and cruel, armored in false virtue, says Elon Musk. Being woke, in terms of AAVE, is being self-aware of the oppression of other people. Being aware of it and how systems of power can sometimes affect different groups differently. That's what being woke is. Being aware of it. That's it. So to be like wokeness is divisive and exclusionary, as in, I mean, like if you wanted to uphold things like white supremacy, for example, well then yeah, it is divisive. It is kind of exclusionary to those goals. If you wanted to destroy white supremacy, then obviously that it would be the opposite of that. Then it would actually be quite exclusionary, because it is certainly affecting one group over another. But anyways, probably nothing. The attorney of both Libs and TikTok trademark applications, one dated August 25th, 2021, and the other dated December 13th, 2021, was registered to New Africa Wire LLC. So who are they? New Africa Wire LLC was registered on February 2018 by Grant Lally, the same attorney who is listed on the Libs of TikTok trademark application. Grant Lally is well known as a Republican lawyer in the NYS who founded the NYS chapter of the Federalist Society, per his bio on the Lally and Messier website. Supposedly, Seth Dillon wanted the trademark registered in a hurry and anonymously, so Lally listed the dormant LLC he owned as the applicant, and I assume the ownership of Libs of TikTok trademark has been assigned to the Libs of TikTok LLC. On a side note, Grant Lally registered Lally Media LLC in May 2022. Interesting. In November 2021, Chaya Rychek was featured on Kristen Ruby's Twitter space. Chris is president of Ruby Media Group, which is described as an award-winning PR and media relations agency. Inadvertently, Chaya's name was actually leaked during this Twitter space, but people avoided drawing attention to it. What? No way. Oh man. Also, Libs of TikTok founder Chaya Rychek flat out lied in this February 2022 New York Post interview about being a grassroots one-person operation and not doing it for the money. Professional journalists, by definition, can't be anonymous, and the story about how Chaya Rychek came to be a famous journalist and one of the founders of the popular media outlet is certainly newsworthy. Now into some Libs of TikTok identity. Chaya Rychek's father is likely, I'm not going to do that just in case it's not. If he's not, he's a close relative, since Rychek posted a photo of Taylor Lorenz knocking on his door at his home. Yep, that's the photo that we all know. When Chaya Rychek registered the domain libsoftiktok.us, she listed a telephone number that was confirmed with 3 different databases to be registered to the individual at 145 S. Manfield Avenue in Hancock Park section of Los Angeles. So it says to say his father owns this potential $2 million home. One thing that came out throughout her past in history and post was being at the January 6, 2021 Stop the Steal rally with Trump, and even went to the Capitol that day. Her posts and fellow Patriot videos of the event may prove the claim that she had participated in the J6 insurrection by entering the Capitol building. This can be confirmed as well on the April 2022 article by Taylor Lorenz from the Washington Post. Under her handle, she minimized COVID, cast doubt on the election results, promoted a dubious story about a child sex trafficking ring. On November 23rd, 2020, Rychek changed handles, this time going by this, and identifying herself publicly as a real estate investor in Brooklyn. She began doubling down on election fraud conspiracies using QANON-related language. Earlier that December, she joked about launching a clothing line titled "Voter Fraud is Real." It's kind of wild that so far the things that this has revealed is that there's a pretty, well, not 100% proven, but certainly the grassroots of links between a whole bunch of different powerful entities on the right, as well as media ecosystems, to try and develop, craft, create, promote an account like this that was, going to grow to such sizes. Here's the Wayback Machine snapshot link, one of the 12 tweets from the account that day. If you view the source and the data user ID, you'll find the ID from the account matches the account that's currently on Libs of TikTok. So, a Pizzagate election denying real estate investor changed her username to Libs of TikTok in March 2021. Let's say that one again, okay? A Pizzagate election denying real estate investor changed her username. You should have added QAnon. Changed her username to Libs of TikTok in March 2021. Within 3 months, she had business dealings with Seth Dillon, a PR and media relations agent with ties to Fox News and a very prominent Republican law firm. It's quite possible, since her real estate license expired in February 2021, that she already at least had one of those connections and knowing she'd be financially secure to let her license expire. And this is pretty wild. 3 months. Like, Libs of TikTok, it grew very rapidly. It obviously was stuff that a lot of people were interested. A lot of it was viral, especially because of how, let's just say, libelous and anti-LGBTQ plus homophobic, transphobic it was to start labeling gay people as groomers on a consistent basis and having that stuff get propagated all through the internet. That certainly did help its growth, no question. But also, this is a very, very rapid ascend from being a, quote, just random anonymous Twitter user. That's all I am, to being in the inner fucking circle of the right to the far right. As an aside, before I end this article, Jamie Mitchell, as the Gay Against Groomers founder, is or was employed by Arsenal Media, Benny Johnson's outfit. In 2016, she became a Trump supporter after the nomination was stolen from Bernie and donated to Trump 21 times. Big shout out to Interactive Archive for the Wayback Machine, Nate for a few small details, Hila Runs for the original profiling of Chaya Rychek. That's pretty intense. That's some pretty intense shit.
Do you enjoy the Serfs but prefer not to have to use your eyeballs? Many are saying this. Well, we've got the solution for you. It's the Serf Times in podcast form, available on most major podcasting networks now. If you enjoy it, please consider leaving a good review and feedback, because it really helps the show out, apparently, and it's free, just like the podcast.
To our gods, Xander Corvus and Peyton L. Juste, we shall spend many a generations building mighty cathedrals in your honor. To our monarch, Tom Spiker, we are but your oafish jesters, here to offer you a laugh at any opportunity. To our brave knights of the Round Table, Rachel K., Izzy Solidarity, Victoria Bell, Sebastian Demmel, Mark Harmon, Benji Arney, Scary Earth Human, Tony, DM Rivera, Resident Scarecrow, Sir Nickus, Cheryl Alvarez, Ruby Kelly, Brandon, Words Greenwood, Everything Important, Hegbert Celine, Matthew Scarborough, Stellar Vision, Ariane McCarthy, Doug Cady, Daniel Sutton, Jenna Tao, Dark Puppy, Quiet One 85, Anna Loves Riley, Omni, Riley and Anna, Poodlehawk, Multimondi, Trevbot EXE, Brian Ephraim, Anthropophojack, Catherine, Ramon Acosta, Incosin, Ralph Parler, Violent Orchard, Political Puppy, La Media Panza, Todd Buckingham, and Todd La Jeunesse. We salute our valiant heroes off to fight injustice everywhere.